Welcome back, everybody, to the final round of the Common Ground Cup. We got all three co-hosts here in the booth. Myself, Cameron Schindler, joined as always by the beautiful long-haired Thomas Gunn and
me.
James Hippo Hieronimus. We're here to commentate the finals of this beautiful 1K that we have brought by Game Night Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you. Huge thank you to Game Night Tennessee. They've gone like all out for us this weekend. Absolutely. Just having a bunch of stuff ready to go, working with us, hosting the event, doing a bunch of stuff. Make sure you come down to Columbia, check them out, GameNightTN.com.
If you bring a list, they'll find that stuff for you. They always get me my Pauper cards.
Yeah.
It's sick.
They have almost everything. Like we're in the back.
Esper Pixie deck for standard. I'm like,
yeah.
Steven, you have these cards? He's like, yep, here's them all. I'm like, sick. And again, it's also brought to you by us, Common Ground MtG. We are a Pauper podcast. We bring you a podcast every Thursday. Lots of variety, metagame updates, tournament reports like this one next week, and just lots of in-depth stuff. Like, I keep shouting out, like, Vakali Kai's recap, the Skur episodes are two of my favorites, of course, but we've also dove deep into, like, what control looks like in the meta, what to play for your first decks, a bunch of fun stuff.
How to build communities.
Exactly. That's coming up. That's coming up.
This is how we did this. We built a community.
Exactly.
We did.
We did it.
Thank you to Derek Smith.
Oh, yeah. Shout out for Derek Smith for sure.
Really built the Nashville Pauper scene.
Yeah, Nashville,
so.
he had a large part in that.
That's true. All right, looks like we are getting ready to go down to our final match here. This is it. You can see the trophy at the top of your screen there.
Y'all, and two homies.
Yeah, two homies. Jonathan Turner, a fixture of the Alabama scene for Pauper. They always bring a good crew up every time we have monthlies at our local shop.
Love this attack for one they've been consistently doing
it
all day.
Consistently attack for 0. And Michael Pfohl, one of our Nashville locals, just an absolute heater.
Both heaters. So strong, it sent the landscape to the graveyard.
It did. It did exactly that. Let's see.
Fetch for a forest here.
Pfohl just passing on 2 mana. I wonder if he's holding up a Deadly Dispute type effect here.
Man,
I think I see it on the far right.
Y'all.
Jonathan gonna untap. This is it. Yeah, this is it. This is the
I
finals.
know.
You're like shaking. You're so excited.
I am. CT. This is gonna be a grindy one, I think.
Vault of Whispers into an Ichor Wellspring. Draw a card. Send it on back.
There's that Deadly Dispute.
Deadly Dispute.
Turn that plant into a treasure.
I'd love to ramp myself and draw 2 cards.
Yes.
Seems good.
An early Chrysalis might not be the worst plan to start this game. Like, hey, I'm going to soak up some of your removal, and then I'm going to want to end with a combo finish. How do y'all think this is going to end up?
Well, it would help if I could see the hand.
Yes, it's a little hard, but
what about the matchup in general?
Yes,
I think Pfohl needs to run out of Jonathan out of his removal to start the game, and try to find. He's got so much card draw, like so much selection in his deck. Yeah, they both do. I think the overwhelming presence of it on Jonathan's side is going to, or on Pfohl's side is going to really probably put him over the top there.
But we do see Malevolent Rumble milling over to other Rumbles, and Jonathan's going to go tap lane, go, pass it back to Pfohl. Pfohl is ramped with this Eldrazi spawn and this treasure.
Looks like he's looking for the mountain, digging for the one mountain in the deck. That does exist. I did not think it existed in this 75 when I played it in Atlanta.
Different 75. Different 75.
Well, slightly different, but basically the same cards.
Yeah. Cloney Gardens.
Yeah, the same box.
Yeah, same
the same box you handed me, but some changes. Yeah, I've liked the Colony Gardens a lot. They've looked really strong all day.
It's hard to hate it when it's doing this well right now, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's hear it in chat. What do you think between Jund Broodscale and Jund Wildfires? Obviously, we'll have a Jund winner, a Writhing Chrysalis finish. But if y'all have any thoughts on Broodscale v Wildfires, let us know in chat.
Eat your heart out for Jund decks.
Pauper's a good home for Jund these days.
It is. It's obviously proved it in the course of our tournament today.
Thank you, Chrysler. Remember, not a junk card, a colorless card. Though.
A colorless card.
It is pyroblastable. Or sorry, hydroblastable.
Hydroblastable, yes. As Devin learned most unfortunately in the semifinals, as Michael Pfohl's gonna lead off here with an Ichor Wellspring. We're gonna draw a card, play Colony Garden, get another rectangle.
Beautiful foil Colony Garden.
Another attack for 0. Michael's into this. We're going to Deadly Dispute the Ichor Wellspring.
We call that a Ancestral Recall, I believe.
Build your own Ancestral Recall, in fact.
That is what we refer to it in the business.
Both players brought ample amount of tokens. We appreciate that. It makes it easy for us on coverage. There's not just 6 backwards Magic cards with different dice on them.
Exactly.
Oh, Jonathan showing off that hand on coverage. No stranger to being on camera.
We got a tap land for Jonathan here.
You have another
Ooh,
Run
Players
out the refurbished familiar.
are not
Now,
short on cards.
The refurbished familiar I think is a key card in the matchup. In order for Jonathan to really get going with their game plan, they're gonna need to have some early pressure here, and familiar is part of that plan. 2 familiars. All right, we love to see this if you're
nice.
a Jonathan fan. Ditching Nadir's Nightblade on the second one.
Was
Michael's gonna untap.
First card pitched?
That was the second card pitch.
Oh, okay,
I missed
thank
the
you.
first card.
Me too.
That's okay.
All right.
I was too busy laughing at our chatter,
Yeah.
hoping
This
for
is
Grixis
true.
tempo to win.
I also got distracted. Looks like Michael's going to run out this makeshift munitions. We're going to sacrifice.
Pinger Furby. That's nice here.
All right, draw a
Deadly
card.
Dispute we see. Yep.
We're going to deadly dispute it in response.
Oh, so many cards.
Draw
being
a couple
slung across the table.
cards.
Fool's like,
Make
hey,
a
I got this Icar
treasure.
trigger.
Is Jonathan going to make the treasure here?
Is that missable?
Jonathan, you're not able. You can't miss this treasure.
Nope. Hey,
Oh,
we're
he
good,
got
Thomas.
it. He got it. Yeah, we're good.
I'm sure Garrison is nearby.
I would imagine so. In fact, I guarantee you he's sitting at the table right next to them.
Another Icar.
Because Garrison is a goat.
Garrison is the GOAT. It's very true.
Lots of cardboard just being slung around for each player. And we're going to see.
This is rectangle theory up the wazoo on the Broodscale side.
We got
right
another
now.
Icar being able to be slung at this refurbished Miller. Full points to it. Ooh, not the Icar. He chooses. That makes me think he has a Deadly Dispute in hand, maybe.
Ooh, Chrysalis is
Here
pretty
comes
good
the
here.
Chrysalis.
The first to Chrysalis.
First
I
Chrysalis.
guarantee you it
belongs
will not
to
be the
Jonathan.
last.
I'm sure it will not be the last.
Full picks up a forest for the turn.
Fool's hand looks like just a lot of card draw, and I saw a couple statistically, it looks like. Is he going to run out a Eviscerator's
Eviscerator's
Insight, draw 3? He's got time.
With the spawn already in play, if Jonathan doesn't have
We see
a
a
cheap
Snuff Out,
answer,
too.
there's a snuff
Oh,
out.
wait,
Looks
was
like
it
Jonathan also has a galvanic blast.
No Snuff Out's main board
No?
from Pfohl. Excuse me. So that must have
No.
been. I think that was an Eviscerator's Insight I saw.
I believe so. It looks like Jonathan's on 2 snuff outs in the main. We got a third one on the board here. So snuff out is on. It should be on Michael's radar potentially. We'll see. We'll see if that's the case. Certainly something like a cast down or a galv blast.
We got one man open up for Jonathan. So Pfohl, I can't tell if he has the Basking Broodscale in hand, and if so, he kind of wants the rest or safekeeping just to, like, what do you got going on?
It's true. It's tough. I mean, you can get yourself into a spot where you can, with the makeshift munitions in play, you can get yourself into a spot where you can just dump the combo and go. But finding a window is going to be very difficult here, because you also have to contend with this Chrysalis. All right, here's our first Wildfire of the finals. James's favorite card in the matchup, for sure.
I think it's fine on the
Wildfire.
Wildfire side.
Note, there is no swamp on Jonathan's side to cast Snuff Out. Still.
Oh, excellent. Okay,
So-
okay. That is a fun wrinkle.
Yeah, so that's one less thing Pfohl has to play around here. We
Okay.
see another Wildfire off the top for Jonathan.
Have we seen a snuff out in Jonathan's hand? I don't think so. All right,
Pfohl's
Pfohl's
going to take it. Yep, sorry.
No, you're good. We're all here. We're all doing the same thing, baby.
Yeah. Be a
We're all here because we love it.
Man, that
This
Card
is
Clan
true.
Shaman, you can just kind of ping it when you need it. Not super threatening right now in the face
You
of
can move in
makeshift
closer this
conditions.
way if you need more room, James.
Thank you.
Yeah. Come on, come on.
I'm halfway off.
Yeah, no. I'm tiny. Come on over.
I'm not.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we
Nice
go.
and-
Yeah, get nice and
We're
cozy.
nice and snug on this couch. Or couch.
This might as well be.
2 chairs put together.
All right, Michael thinking through his turn here. Looks like there's another Chrysalis, or Michael's first Chrysalis could potentially be run out here. Looks like that's going to be the play.
Good place to start. Like, at least, like, gum up the board.
Yeah, these are going to be some messy boards that these players are going to need to navigate through.
At least we're not getting. At least we haven't gotten into the Card Clan Shaman math yet with a toxin analysis.
Yeah, Hippo and I had fun with that earlier.
That was
but-
that was rough.
Yes. Looks like we got
You
one.
did get it perfect though.
Players have been on it.
We got 1 toxin analysis in the main for Jonathan and 1 in the sideboard. But the Car Clan's going to get taken care of here by this makeshift munitions, I believe.
Probably not looking to crack the toxin if he has it, though, just because keeping your Chrysalis is...
Right.
They're going to keep each other at bay.
Exactly. And right now, Jonathan's is larger at the moment. They're essentially the same size with the 2 spawns on Michael's side. But the makeshift munitions could throw a little bit of a wrench into that plan.
Mm-hmm. See a Limbus from Jonathan.
Looks like Jonathan does not like that card. We'll draw a fresh one. Looks like that was a land.
Twisted Landscape. I think he already played that Slaghorn Bridge for turn.
Looks like we got a Blood Fountain, Cast Down. A lot of options here.
Limbus, Galblast.
Limbus, yeah. Lots of options here. Nothing particularly clean to get rid of this Chrysalis, unless I could be mistaken on the cast down. We're going to start with a Blood Fountain here. Blood Fountain, I imagine to be very strong in the matchup.
Deadly Dispute, Cleansing Wildfire from Jonathan.
I'd be inclined to agree with you and say Blood Fountain's pretty good.
Yeah, that may give Jonathan the staying power he needs. If these players are just going to go back and forth and trying to leverage who has the bigger Chrysalis.
But if Pfohl's the last person to be going back and forth and he ends it with a combo,
that's true.
Like this deck will get you, even if you think you have 2 pieces, 3 pieces of removal held up, and
it's true. So
the rest, Tameo safekeeping can stop that.
So that's the maze that Jonathan needs to navigate here.
And you're always thinking on the Broodscale side, your opponent has 1,000,000 cards in hand, and you're thinking that is 7 ways to stop my combo, and it's just not.
Jonathan checking something here. Pfohl looking at his options. I think there's a Glee and a Tameo safekeeping.
And if
looks like another draw 2 effect.
I haven't seen a Broodscale from Pfohl's hand. Kind of hard to see it, keeping it pretty close.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. Whoop, there it is.
We might be going for it here.
I think he's probably going to go for it.
Looks like he's going for it here.
I think he realized he's safe from Snuff Out.
Yes.
He is,
so
in fact,
can only have so many things. There's the safekeeping.
Cast
There's
down.
Cast down.
That is that other right.
Okay. That one's going to work. So Pfohl is going to have to go back to the drawing board for the combo plan. Looks like he has plenty of sadistic glees in play
and
to draw towards.
I think I actually would have sacked the Broodscale there with the makeshift munitions potentially.
Oh, okay.
Because you get an extra counter on the Chrysalis.
You would get an extra counter because you're sacrificing an Eldrazi. All right. Pfohl's going to run out a Shambling Gas then and pass the turn. So no combo win this turn, but certainly possible as the game progresses here with several other sadistic glees in hand. Jonathan surveying his options. We're going to start with a Wildfire.
We can unlock Snuff Out here, I imagine.
Oh, he has a swamp. Jonathan has a swamp.
Where?
It's right here.
Oh, there it is.
Must have gotten it a turn or 2 ago, but definitely has a swamp now. You all right over there?
Yeah, Michael. I got the holding mic here, and
it's true.
He's holding.
Yeah, you got some painter's tape on it. And just make my hands sticky.
Oh, gotcha. Well, that's just from my. No, that's just some schmutz from my my cable.
Schmutz.
Yeah.
That's a word.
That is. Pfohl over there flicking 3 sadistic glees around in his hand.
Wow, it's all 3.
And
all right, so Michael has all the glees and no more Broodscales left, plus no more protection.
I believe he has an Eviscerator's Insight in the yard, though.
Yes, at least 1, maybe even
Probably
2.
Does. He usually,
Ooh,
I know.
Jonathan has the spell bomb. Jonathan might be able to just pop the graveyard right now.
Let's see if Jonathan.
That's big game.
Oh, he's gonna pass. He's gonna give Michael an opportunity here.
Let's see if Pfohl sees it here.
Let's see.
Oh my God, Broodscale off the top.
Broodscale.
Wow. Doesn't have the backup though to protect.
So you got to be thinking a spot right now. Do I go for this or do I just
you go for it? I don't
fire off this draw spell?
I don't think Jonathan has it. I don't think Jonathan
has anything.
But Pfohl is just looking at
4 cards.
Exactly.
Yeah, 4
That's
cards.
true.
Yeah, and
That's
like
true.
he's Limbist, and there's a Nihil Spellbomb, so like it's hard at the combo player spot. He is gonna fire off that Invincitor's
Fire the insight now before Jonathan pops the yard.
Jonathan's probably thinking like, man, wish I would have saw that there. So sacrifice that, grab a treasure.
This is one of the advantages of remembering what's in your graveyard and just having it all in a pile. Like when I play, my graveyard's all fanned out, so I don't have to look through my graveyard and give away information.
I do the same
but
thing.
there is some play to making sure you just have it all in a pile, and if you can just make sure you remember, you know.
Do you remember?
Oh wow!
Let's lead
So-
with a duress because you can still win from this spot if the coast is clear here.
Okay, I think that's
Looks like 2 lands, Nyxborn Hydra, Lembas.
Yep, I believe that's it then.
So Pfohl's like, oh, sick, let's go.
I think Pfohl can just go for it here.
Yep.
Because there's definitely already a spawn. There's a spawn already in play.
He's also got the mana.
Here's the
to
Broodscale.
do it too.
Here's the
He'd be
sadistically.
one short.
Oh, he was one short. Yeah, you're right.
But
Looks like Jonathan can sack this blood.
See what
He has,
Oh,
he has
man.
a chance at a redraw here. Draws.
Furby, it looks like.
Looks like a refurbished familiar. Can draw off of
a bomb,
Spellbomb, drawing to cast. We have a treasure, so we're drawing to cast down. We're drawing to snuff out.
and that was
so
a
we
land.
don't find it. And that's going to
Yep,
do it.
that's
Michael
gonna-
Pfohl's going to find his window, ripping the Broodscale off the top with a handful of nothing but
Man.
Sadisticles, ripping the Broodscale into the duress.
I mean, he's played enough black-green combo. He knows how to summon these cards. Maybe.
It's
So-
this is true.
He's very
And-
good at
and-
casting Worldly Tutor with now casting Worldly Tutor.
But
Yes.
this deck is just full of like 12 draw spells like that. Just dig, like Deadly Dispute, Investigator's
That's true.
Insight, and those are just 4-ofs that dig, and then Malevolent Rumble, also digs.
Yeah.
And then it just like everything pairs nicely with like the 4 Ichor Wellsprings.
It's true. I will say that the point out of maybe not popping the Spellbomb may have been the downfall for Jonathan. Michael would not have been able to. I mean, we would have drawn the Broodscale that turn.
I mean, easy
But
for
Jonathan,
us to say.
well,
but
see.
yeah.
Here's the thing.
We're all-
Michael
we're
draws the
all
Broodscale. If he goes for it, Jonathan still doesn't draw into the answer.
Yeah.
So
fair.
it's still Michael's game if the spell bomb is popped and the graveyard gets exiled and Michael goes for it, he still gets the win. But maybe Michael doesn't go for it, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's a very interesting wrinkle. So we'll look at sideboards here. Let's see what Jonathan has to combat this matchup. We're looking at 2 Avenging Hunter, 2 Breath Weapon, 1 Cast Down, 3 Duress, 1 Nile Spellbomb, 1 Snuff Out, 1 Toxin Analysis, 1 Troublemaker Oof, and 3 Weather the Storm. What do we like here, fam?
And I saw Jonathan bringing in Avenging Hunter. I think he just wants to speed up the clock of his deck, which I think
sure.
is a good plan.
I like the duress too. Like, get those draw spells out of your hand.
Yes.
One, and then like let's get the protection out of your hand too.
Absolutely, I
You
like
know,
those two.
so.
I potentially, I mean, I think the Snuff Out can come in. I
Cast
think
down too. You just
Cast
the
down,
removal,
Snuff
right?
Out, potential, maybe Toxin
I think-
Analysis.
yeah,
Have
yeah.
another thing to go with your Kark Clan Shaman.
I like it.
What are you taking out? That's the problem because none of these cards are terrible.
The Nyxborn Hydras aren't really doing too much, though. You could, if the game does, like, you know, if you go back and forth
It
late.
does turn your opposing your like dueling writhing crystals into yours as being better.
It's
think,
true.
I think game plan 1 is not dying to the combo.
I agree.
Yep. And figure out how to close the game afterwards. Full sideboard, very interesting here.
I think you have to walk that tight line of being able to do both at the same time because the
Yes.
Broodscale deck is not going to give you a lot of time to stop them from
Yeah.
comboing and then
Right.
I mean,
you
we
being able
don't-
to win.
Like maybe you keep in Blood Fountain to win the long game, but maybe you trim the Pulse Marasa.
the Broodscale
you know?
deck does give you a little bit of time. It just wants to strip your hand first. 'Cause it's not like we're seeing full go for like these turn 3, turn 4, turn 5 combos. Really, it's kind of later in the game. Like you want to play a Writhing Chrysalis first. You want that to soak up removal and all the hatred, and then like duress and see if the coast is clear. Is like what I've been seeing Pfohl do with this deck, and he pilots
Seems to
these
be
so
working.
well. Yes, he's been a monster. Full sideboard, very interesting. We have 4 Breath Weapons, 1 Pyroblast, 2 Red Elemental Blast, 4 Snuff Out, 4 Weather the Storm.
I like bringing in
Very targeted.
no cards.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe a Snuff
Without
Out.
maybe because you just like want to be able to fight through their crystals maybe.
And then
Right.
it's not super good against the
No, I think you just want to be lean, mean, and a Broodscaling machine.
because there's nothing in your deck that's like, wow, this is horrible. So I
Wow, that was horrible.
exactly nothing like that on full side. So I like keeping. I'm not sure if we saw him sideboard or not. but I like keeping just the
Yeah, I think
stock 60.
Yeah, I think I don't think I would bring in really anything. He seems very, very well tailored for this kind of matchup.
Doesn't happen very often, but it is a choice you can make.
Yep. I know one of my favorite moments in Magic history is the first Pro Tour finals that I ever got to watch. In the player who ended up winning sideboarded in exactly 0 cards.
Wow.
He was so tuned to the matchup that he played in the finals, he did not have to board in he boarded in 15 cards and took out the exact same 15 cards.
That's funny.
Yep.
You will see people do that at the Pro Tour level. They'll just shovel in their entire sideboard and then just pull the 15 cards they don't want.
That's exactly
That
what
would drive me nuts.
that's exactly what Craig did.
Hey, you want to disguise as much info as possible when you're at that level and when those little things matter. All right, we're looking at some opening hands. Jonathan's looking at a Deadly Dispute, a Karkland Shaman,
Snuff Out.
Snuff Out. We've
Doctor
got
Who
a
Snuff
couple
Out.
lands. We got a bridge and a landscape. Looks like a couple bridges. So it looks like our mana's online. Yep. Looks like both players keeping 7. All
I
right.
love to see it. Love to see
Yep.
it.
Means,
All right,
means
Swamp
we're in for a good game.
Swamp Go from Pfohl, and we Troublemaker Oof from Jonathan. So bringing in the Oofs.
He might be not realizing that Pfohl's not on this wildfire list, but then if Pfohl's running out these munitions early too.
Sure, it
Jonathan
is an
can snipe
answer.
that
It's an
munition.
answer to my makeshift munitions. You can
I also
randomly
just
get
tag
like
Wellsprings
because it
and
exiles
treasure
it.
and treasure tokens if
And,
you know
and
it.
we saw how annoying the munitions was to the Jonathan's Karkland Shamans too.
Correct.
Here's the Ichor Wellspring. We're gonna draw a card. Just swamps. All right, we got a forest in there, so not necessarily
I guess
color screwed here.
if I'm full, I'm pretty happy if my opponent is using resources to take the Ichor. But at the same time, if you're Jonathan, you're thinking, what if I snipe this Ichor and they don't have like a Deadly Dispute? Like they don't have
Right.
a target for Deadly Dispute.
Right, if you strand the Deadly Dispute, you mean, yeah. Looks like we're gonna Deadly Dispute the Lembas.
Get that
So we'll
shuffled
shuffle
in.
this in, draw a couple cards, make a little treasure. Full just passing, 3 lands in play. What do we think this signals, if anything? Probably just a
Dispute.
Deadly Dispute on the Ichor Wellspring.
It's always Deadly Dispute on Ichor Wellspring.
Is there any thought to Deadly Disputing on your own turn here?
I don't think so, just because you don't want to go to discard.
That's fair. That is a lot of cards.
You've drawn a card every turn. You've played a land, so you're at card neutral. You played Ichor Wellspring, replace itself, so full should be at 7 cards in hand.
Beautiful. Can you tell I don't play Deadly Dispute Ichor Wellspring very much in the format?
I know recall. Not everybody wants to play in such a recall. Some
No,
people
I
want to
guess
play in
not.
hard mode.
Yeah. I like playing.
I don't know, lately-
I love playing on hard mode.
Lately, I've been on playing easy mode, but playing.
All right, here we
dispute-
go. We've got a
decks.
turn 4 Avenging Hunter ahead of
That's-
schedule.
yeah, that's
and
what
this
you
is an
want.
uncontested initiative for
That
what
is
looks to be
big
several
game.
turns. Even if Pfohl is able to deal with this Avenging Hunter, Jonathan is in the dungeon
We s-
for a little while here.
We see a snuff out from Pfohl. I'm imagining Pfohl just wants to fire that off now.
We're going to go get our swamp with the first room of the dungeon.
Maybe you let him put the 2 counters on it first, or there's also an argument to I don't want you to
Have the option of going to the other side of the dungeon.
yes, or Deadly Disputing on your upkeep. Where's the insight here? Get the
Visitors
information.
Insight. Yep. We're going to draw 3 cards here.
And if Pfohl has the combo, he has an infinite, but nothing to do with it. Then
Yeah, I
because he
don't-
doesn't have a spawn or nothing.
No, I don't think I would go for it here if that were the case.
You just don't want to run that into removal.
Yeah, there's no reason. There's no
we
reason
are just
to.
going to snuff out now.
I like that.
Interesting,
Nope.
interesting spot before untapping.
I don't think you want to give him something to Deadly Dispute.
Right.
Is Pfohl's thought process there.
No, I think that's fine. I think you could potentially draw your card first just to make sure.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I get
Also,
what
has
you're saying.
another. I think there's
But
another
I think
snuff
there's
out
another
in his
snuff
hand.
out, so
Yeah,
tis what it is.
there's
Uh,
there was an Eviscerator's Insight.
It was
so
the
there's-
Eviscerator's Insight. That one doesn't make a token. That one can be flashed back for a black and 4. You would know if you played Pauper, Tristan.
Could have
true.
came. This could have been you
Yeah.
in the finals, Tristan.
But instead you had to top 4 the standard challenge, and you're 5-2 in the modern super. So you know.
that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Tristan also just crushing it.
What a loser.
What a loser! couldn't come win this Pauper Cup. Had to stay home in safety to play these modern
Oh,
challenges.
we love Tristan.
We do.
Oh, I'm
We would
sorry.
not say any of this. If we
Yes.
didn't. if
Yeah, we
didn't.
should be careful before they turn the stream off.
yeah. No.
So Pfohl
They
just
know.
passing, Jonathan untapping, deciding where to go down the dungeon.
I like that. Get the clock on. I'm gonna put you to 11 on my next upkeep.
Yeah, because you only get the lose 5 side if you go down the counters route, right?
3 correct. 3
Yeah.
Three Cart Clan Shamans, a Collector Oof, and just a Snuff Out from Jonathan. Not a ton of action.
But really only needs to keep Michael at bay, and you could potentially just ride the initiative to victory here.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we're gonna run out of Cart Clan Shaman.
Hey, that's a
We
11
gotta-
turn clock after
yeah.
that initiative. Crack that, grab a mountain, I assume. Maybe
Play
if
Tapland does not currently have a swamp in play, but can fetch one with the landscape
Correct.
if Jonathan wants to cast this Snuff Out.
So he did get one off the Avenging Hunter as
So
well.
He did, yes. He has one locked up, but chose to play the Tapland this turn.
So he is safe from the Writhing Chrysler here. Pfohl probably just wants to see more Trinket artifacts and just let him draw more cards. He only has... Time is limited now with the initiative in play.
It's true.
Yeah, we can't sit here and dirtle all day now,
As much as he would like to.
as he would love to.
That's the Magic he likes to play, that's for sure. We got 5th land here. We're gonna run out of
Our
Writhing
own
Chrysalis.
Chrysalis.
Jonathan's probably thinking that is fine. I have this Snuff Out here for it. But really, Chrysalis just putting him a spawns in just to make it so much easier combo is nice.
Yeah, the difference between already having to spawn in play and not having to spawn in play when you want to assemble the combo is huge. You may think it's just 2 mana, but it really makes a big difference. Because then you have to get through that activation.
And Jonathan might be incentivized to crack this Cart Clan Shaman. Like, after swinging, attacking, if he wants to get rid of a spawn, we have seen aggressive cracks on the Cart Clan Shaman just to wipe Eldrazi spawns in this tournament today.
It's true.
That's very true.
Especially when you have 2 more.
On
Just on
Jonathan's
standby.
upkeep, the initiative is going to deal 5 to Michael Pfohl, or his target player loses 5 life.
He has
Correct.
loses 5 life.
So Michael going down to 11.
11.
We got a Blood Fountain. Maybe rebuy that Avenging Hunter, turbo through the dungeon a little bit faster.
Put that 5/4 body into play. You don't do anything on my end step, I'll pick it up.
Especially because now he has like representing stuff out too, so he can afford to do this easily.
Jonathan being
Right.
a little bit
And
more patient. with that
Michael
Snuff Out.
also representing Tameo safekeeping on that turn, holding up the forest there.
That is true. That is true. So maybe you don't want to run.
So
that
there are a lot of layers at play here.
Correct.
It's like an onion. This matchup is an onion.
It's
Turns out one of the players' nickname might be Onion
Oh my gosh.
that's actually true.
You know why they
All
call
right.
Full Onion?
because he likes onions.
He likes onions.
All right, Michael gonna lead off with a duress here. Let's see what Jonathan has to say about it.
Michael Onion
Looks
Eater
like he's
Full.
gonna let it happen here. The options are Galvanic Blast and Snuff Out.
I think it's just that Snuff Out because you can outgrow that Galvanic Blast.
Easily.
You can, but
Your-
it does.
Your
it,
face
it,
can't.
It puts you no. It puts you in a little bit of a pinch here.
I think that's what
Right,
Full was
looks-
considering. He's
yep.
like, I can beat a removal spell. This is fine.
Yeah.
You're probably going to be pricing using on my Chrysalers. But Cart Clan can kill a Broodscale right now.
And Michael now, thinking about it and choosing
Wow.
to snuff out the Cart
Oh,
Clan
he
Shaman.
has the combo in hand.
You have to pay for a life there, Michael. All right, going down to 7.
I think Jonathan might be priced into sacking it
Sacking this and some
and killing the spawns
some
out.
artifacts, huh?
So you don't want your opponent to have the combo and just it's there for free.
It's true.
Oh man, we could have also had Mr. Wedding in here to come play some Pauper too.
Oh, Mr. Wedding. A known game night crusher.
Here we go. Jonathan is
true.
choosing to snuff out the Writhing Crystals now. With this on the stack, we'll lose 4 life or pay 4 life. Pfohl's going to use the safekeeping here.
I like it. You're starting to pull ahead on board. Keep it like that. Jonathan still has enough mana to pick back up that Viging Hunter, too.
This is true. I wonder if that's Jonathan's thought process here.
Well, we're looking at lethal with this combo if Michael is able to pull it off this turn. Because that makes the Broodscale an infinite.
It does. And that, I think, is what... I I think Jonathan may find himself between a rock and a hard place then.
I believe it's just sack an artifact, right? How many?
Looks like-
Oh wow, was he looking at stone raining that chrysalis?
How many? Is that 4 or 5?
Oh my goodness gracious! Can he come back from this?
5. Sacking 5 artifacts to get rid of the spawns and the crystals.
Wow.
I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do to make sure you can still stay in the game.
I do like this. It is a heads up play from Jonathan being
It
like,
is.
I bet your hand is
Right.
nothing.
Like what if
And-
what if you just have it and if you
Pfohl, you
know,
can't combo here, buddy. You don't got
Right.
green mana. I think he's starting to realize that now. And you ran, but looks like Jonathan doesn't have a way to answer it anyway.
Correct.
Jonathan will be drawing 2 cards per turn from the initiative. So
well, 2 cards for this turn at
yes.
least.
We see.
Looks like we've got some options on lands here.
I like actually the Broodscale makes.
Ooh, the cast down there.
Cast
is
down
huge
here,
game.
huge draw off the top
the
here.
Broodscale makes a lot of sense.
Now
on
next
that turn.
next turn, Jonathan gets to go through the top 10 cards of his library and put, I assume, Writhing Chrysalis into play.
Well, the Broodscale might have looked
here
like
we
a
go.
weird play, but it made sense because
Actually, if he puts a second
he,
Avenging Hunter into play, that's really
he saw
even bigger.
Jonathan's hand. He knew
Yes.
there wasn't a removal spell for it.
Correct.
So he's playing around the top 2 cards of his library, which is fine. It's what you do there, because then it could attack this turn.
Yes.
If Jonathan didn't rip the removal.
All right,
Exactly.
This Chrysalis is dangerous.
This
Yes.
Chrysalis is large and in charge.
So risky. I'm starting to like that play from that card clan shaman.
Yeah, it
you
was
know?
really, really heads up because if you recognize if you leave these spawns in play, your opponent can just go for it. If you don't get the Chrysalis out of the way now,
I'm gonna
then
lose
you
anyway.
just lose to an infinite Chrysalis, and so really, really big heads up play.
Looks like we saw a deadly dispute too. No trinkety artifacts for. Hey, there's a trinkety dude that'll get
We
sacrificed.
got Troublemaker. Oof, no sacrifice, just a 2-mana 2/2. Get something in play.
Yep,
Hexproof until his next turn.
correct.
Yes.
Hey, there's a chump blocker.
Now, Pfohl does have a couple of snuff outs for this Chrysalis as well.
Do we have any Inviscerator's Insights either? Would be a great thing to look out for full side. In the graveyard here, so we can block that plant and.
All right, we are back to the beginning of the dungeon because for some reason that's how the initiative dungeon works.
Hey, let's start over.
What a disgusting mechanic.
What a strange thing for 1v1 Magic.
Thanks, Commander.
That's okay. We make do. A bunch of it got banned like pretty quickly, but we just deal with these and it's fine, right? It's totally
Speznor.
fine.
I think you pronounce it. Speznor is how you pronounce it. Pfohl is
Yes.
my goat BX boy. He is. Oh,
some-
green black. I get it. Green black.
Aha! I see.
Also, you like that oat milk, right?
Oh yeah. He is a
He's
vegetarian.
vegan, I believe.
Oh, vegan?
Yeah,
He is
I think so.
vegan.
Let's go. Everyone in stream learning some Pfohl facts. I think Speznor thinks he's someone we know.
I do not know. or
Who's
recognize
this?
a
Who's this
Speznor.
Speznor, dude?
I don't know a space.
You gotta
Spacey.
you gotta be careful online with these people.
Spezzy.
Street.
Spezzy?
All right, Jonathan is
Easy.
making
We
quite the
love you.
comeback here. We got a dispute resolved here, pulling ahead. Pfohl is just passing back with open mana.
Okay. Jonathan's got 8.
All right,
We-
we're
we-
two counters on the Krarklan Shaman.
We appreciate you joining us,
Let's
Spencer.
go.
No dying. Card Clan can sacrifice 2 artifacts and not die to itself now.
Correct.
Pretty big game.
That is ginormous game.
Yes.
It
We're
is.
gonna run out of Limbus here. We like the card.
Yeah,
Nope,
because
wait, we're thinking. Nope, we don't like the
Pfohl has
card.
got to find a way to gain some
He's got to
life.
win next turn. There's no gaining life. There's ending the game.
Well, he has Tamio safekeeping. It does buy him a turn.
It's target perm. Oh, yes, you can
Yeah.
gain 2 life.
You can
but
gain 2
also
life.
You're gonna take some life here.
Yeah.
So you're dead on the next turn.
Trying to
So
give him
Eviscerator's Insight.
trying to give him some hope.
Take for 2, go to 3.
Go to
Yep.
3.
No Gal Blast from Jonathan, thankfully. Pfohl's got a turn to make something happen.
And it's got to be big. He's got to win the game
Yeah,
immediately.
what a hell of a game.
What a
from
game.
Jonathan.
Yeah, this has been a
Got a
crazy
Colony
game.
Garden.
Keeps you alive for one more turn, I guess.
I have news for you, Cameron.
It does not.
No, it does not. What artifact? Oh, those artifacts.
Well, that
no,
does.
we're about to go into
Oh,
the
no, it does not.
initiative. Target player loses 5 life.
Oh,
You're correct.
that is a problem.
Yes. That's what we're talking about.
Yes, I was awesome on the same page.
How about a sadistically on a plant token? How do we feel about that one?
That's a new one for me, I gotta admit.
Love it.
Jonathan says lose 5 life.
Jonathan says you lose 5 life,
Hey.
and Michael Pfohl has ceased.
If your out is your opponent forgetting the initiative trigger, that's an out.
Yes,
You
no,
know?
absolutely.
Play to your outs.
It wasn't an out, so Jonathan able to claw back into a game in a very tight spot.
What a game. I
That was sacking 5 artifacts, a bunch of your lands.
had all 3 of us gasping. We're like,
Yeah,
wow,
just wow.
what does he do from here? Oh, you rip the cast down.
Yeah,
Duh.
that was absolutely insane. Really well played. Super heads up play from Jonathan.
Play to your outs.
That was
You're like, I'm not going to beat this Chrysalis if it keeps going.
Who
And if he has
needs it?
another turn to combo with it, so I just need to rip a removal spell, kill everything.
absolutely,
Beautiful.
absolutely.
Yeah, who needs lands when you have the initiative?
Exactly. Nobody.
The initiative fixes you.
Yeah, it does. It gets you out of your lands. All right, we're heading into our final game of the entire tournament.
I agree with you there, Solmata. Gallade.
That's sort of.
I know who it is. I didn't want to blast him.
Well, we've already blasted them.
Real talk, if he doesn't do that, I think he loses sick
Yeah,
play.
I agree.
I agree.
That was absolutely
That was a
sick.
very good
So
play from
big,
Jonathan.
Big ups to Jonathan. All right. So what is? Does Pfohl need to adjust anything here? Are we thinking
I don't think so.
maybe
Run it back, baby.
just run it back? I mean, not necessarily even in just sideboard choices, but just in terms of pacing threats, lining up, like going for the combo. Do you think Pfohl's incentivized to just try and go for it as soon as possible now?
Well, I think he's
Does anything change?
incentivized to just play Trinket Artifacts, play a Deadly Dispute, ramp a little bit, the rest of them, see if the coast is clear, then combo off. It's always the game.
That's
plan.
just the game plan. That's just the game plan.
And that's the game.
No Vines of the Vastwood trick.
It's the
with
way
these.
the news goes.
That's the way the news goes.
Thank you for the kind words.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for the
thank
kind
you.
words, ENB52. We appreciate y'all hanging out in chat. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's
Y'all-
been,
We've been
it's
having
been
a blast.
it's been a good day.
Comes
Yeah.
down to this.
It all comes down to this.
Both
Oh,
of
we
them
got
roll to 6.
both mulling to 6.
Who
All
is
right.
favored, do you think? Both players can be
mulligan?
favored to mulligan. I think if you both mulligan to Oblivion, it's whoever can play recall.
Sure.
You know?
Sure. Yeah, who can dig out of it with their deadly dispute type effects?
Yeah, who's casting recall on their Jund decks?
Right.
Oh, Pauper.
Oh, Pauper.
Pretty telling to see 2 Jund decks in the finals. This has been kind of the talk of the format of that this was the finals of the most recent Pauper-Geddon. It was 2 Jund Broodscale decks. And that was kind of the breakout tournament for the Jund Wildfires list as well.
I really fell in love with the deck at that point. I thought ever
Absolutely.
since then, and I finally got my hands on it for the first time.
once we added Snuff out to the deck took on a whole new level.
Yes.
I lent out both decks today. Pfohl is playing my deck, and then our buddy Matt Carthel was playing Jund Wildfires. So, and Hippo, I believe you lent out some decks too.
I lent out Mono White for someone who played in their first tournament period.
Wow.
Nice.
And then I think that was the 75 I lent out. Or I lent 2. Did I lent out a second 75? I don't even remember what I lent out today. It's been a long day.
Is it Scred?
I did lend out. I did lend
to
out
Wub,
Wub. Is it
Esper.
Scred? I did lend it. I did
Esper Cunningham.
Esper Cunningham.
What sleeves is Jonathan using? That is a great question. We can ask him at some point.
In fact, we'll find out like right now.
Thomas will interrupt the players. Jonathan, we are forming you got a game loss.
That would be tragic.
Someone in chat was curious.
Look at that, Thomas, interrupting matches. I'm kidding.
Their Dragon Shield 25th anniversary red and gold.
Oh, beautiful.
Is that like the cool? I didn't know those were out yet. Like the gold inners, I think.
Yeah, I think
like
so.
I
the
think they're
inside's
gold on the
gold.
inside and red on
I
the
wanna
outside.
pick some of those up if I
I
can.
think I also will probably be picking some of them up.
All right, we got
Okay,
a
yeah.
duress on turn 1 here. We're
Take-
going to take
take that
that snuff
snuff out.
Leaves Jonathan with a Spellbomb, a Dispute, and a Chrysalis. Going to play this tap land on 1 and pass.
Wow.
This may clear the way for Michael to be able to assemble
Turn
the
one
combo
duress.
pretty quickly.
Is he just
Is he
gonna
just
go for
run
it?
out the Broodscale?
Oh,
had us. He really had us there. Oh God.
All right, we got one hit.
All right, we're
we
gonna
get- we
take
get a
the
land.
swamp.
Easy choice. We hate thinking.
Get rid of these
Well, the double
snuff-outs.
snuff out. Interesting that he brought those in. I guess he is scared of the Chrysalis there.
Yeah, we're the Avenging Hunter.
Yeah,
we
we've-
bought him
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of time.
It
game
We have a
did.
two.
spawn.
And forced Michael or forced Jonathan in a really hard spot when he had to make that play of sacking the whole board. Like if you had an Avenging Hunter contest the Chrysalis, I think you don't have to do that there. We got a tap land and a Nihil Spellbomb.
Back to Michael here.
Michael is free to do whatever he wants now.
Here's the Broodscale.
Here's the Broodscale.
And we're gonna see it.
Do we have it? There it is.
Here's the Glee.
We don't have a way to.
All right, we have an infinite wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So he's
Wiggle,
like,
wiggle, wiggle.
Hope you have a kill spell.
All right.
Oh,
So
man.
it's cast down or bust.
This is the fastest
Cast
we've seen
down
this
stuff
deck
out.
combo
This is.
all day, because normally you don't do this, but Michael said, "This is my hand. I'm gonna duress. I'm gonna look at it. Oh wow, one removal spell.
Great. Yeah.
Play
Take the
around
removal
3
spell.
top
I
decks.
think
Let's go.
I think that might have been it because the only card that works here is cast down because he doesn't have the swamp for snuff out.
Correct. So Deadly Dispute. We're gonna look at 3
I
cards.
mean, he's
though.
gonna.
Take the dispute here. Look at a couple cards.
Is it a
We have
Troublemaker
a treasure.
Oof? Troublemaker Oof. Okay.
Troublemaker Oof is at least a blocker.
It stops future infinite mana.
It's true.
And like the combo. Okay,
Here's Furby.
We
Okay.
have a blocker.
We have a blocker.
Mm-hmm.
If Michael has a removal spell here, that's the game.
Michael wants to see like Eviscerators.
The only removal
too.
spell he has is snuff out, and that does not kill a
Does
refurbished
not
familiar.
kill familiar.
He did the more infinite. He is going to flash back this Eviscerator's Insight, sacrificing the spawn, making another spawn, trigger the Writhing,
Yes.
the Baskin Broodscale.
Now he
So
has
would he-
infinite colorless
Okay.
mana.
So Rumble,
Did not have to pay the red there, but
he did not.
let's
No,
hope
but-
if he hits
In
a
fact,
makeshift,
the munitions would be very funny.
taking.
Gonna take the swamp.
Okay.
Gonna make another spawn. Now we have 2 spawns.
So if he plays this sadistically here, he has infinite spawns. And Jonathan needs Cart Climb. But I guess that's not super good against.
All right, we're gonna
Jonathan.
flash back. Bring back the spawn.
Block. It's
Yeah,
not block.
yeah. Gotta block the infinite.
And a lot more blockers with this Writhing Chrysler.
It's true.
Jonathan on the back foot. What can he get here?
I mean, I think you just have to run out this Chrysler.
Well, a removal spell for sure. We have it.
Well, you have 3 blockers otherwise.
That is true. Like if it's not removal spell, it's just Chrysler. Like
Seems
feel
like
the power of the 300.
I know. It seems like that's the case here. We're looking at land. Oof. I think another land. Oh, Avenging Hunter.
Yeah, it's not that.
Ooh,
one.
that's tough because you kind of want to play tap land here so you can play the Avenging
It
Hunter.
takes you off
but-
curve, but the Chrysalis lets you cast it next turn too.
Okay. It does. Yes, that's right. You do make the spawns.
The hidden text of
The hidden text of Broodscale
Explosive education.
is it ramps you twice.
yes. Pauper faster than Twin meta with Broodscale.
right,
I mean,
here
the
we
game's
go.
not over, Spasnor.
Here we go.
You can see Jonathan claw back through this, not just like game 2. He pulled that one.
It's true.
Yeah, that was a wild game.
Got another Duress. I think you want to start digging before Duress. Let's make infinite mana here. I think it's just given that.
All right, we've got
Okay.
Sadistically on a spawn,
Make it
so
infinite,
now
infinite.
both of them are infinitely large.
Now you need 2 removal spells. I like that play a lot. Gonna go
Now
to
you have
combat.
to block both.
No more ramping into.
Okay, we want into Avenging
Avenging
Hunter.
Hunter.
All right, so we're gonna block and sack and grow our Writhing Chrysalis here.
Now, if you're full, I think you just want to fire off a Duress if you're not have anything else. Oh,
Just a
Looks like we're
Chrysalis.
gonna run out the Chrysalis, make 2 more spawns.
and infinite as well.
Now you have an infinitely
So now
large
Jonathan
Chrysalis
needs Cart Clan Shaman into
toxin analysis.
Otherwise, this
I don't
game
know
is
if he
over.
has the.
either.
I mean, he doesn't have either in hand. I don't know if there's a series of draws that can get him there.
Wow.
Is that going to be it? Jonathan's throwing his cards on the table.
Well, Duress.
Oh,
it
yeah.
wasn't,
It
it wasn't
duress.
a concession.
Oh, sorry.
My
Duress,
wow.
Duress
okay.
take.
Made
Oh,
it
okay.
sound bad. My bad.
Okay, so here we go. Ripping.
Flip it,
Rip
flip it.
off the off the top.
Hard the cards. What was
What is it?
Oh,
That'll be it.
see the
Michael
hand
Pfohl
shake.
takes
Let's
it
go,
with
down.
Pfohl.
Broodscale will be our champion today. Huge congrats to Michael
Wow.
Pfohl.
Let's
Very,
go.
very
The
well.
co-
Wait, go back. Yes! Yes! Let's go. Taking a swig out of the trophy.
Oh my
Love that.
God.
Amazing. All
Oh.
right. Yeah, we can come back to the booth here. Oh, my goodness. What a final.
boy.
Should we get
Wow.
full?
Oh, yeah. No, we're going to get full. I think we're going to pop James
I'm gonna get
for,
out. Y'all can talk to
for
him.
Michael Pfohl here in a
You
minute.
wanna
No,
talk to him?
stay here for a second. yeah.
I'm attached to you. I'm attached to you.
Stay here for a quick
You're
second.
touched by the hip,
Wow,
baby.
what a finals.
That was
Just
crazy.
just a super exciting moment in game 2 where Jonathan got back in the game and followed through to win. And then this game 3, just both on a mulligan, duress, and see not a ton of action, and just Michael's just like, I'm gonna go for it, and then you have to deal with this over and over and over again.
I'm gonna hit him with so many puns when he comes in.
Let's go.
You're not ready for this.
Very here for this. James, why don't you go fetch fetch our winner. Have him make sure he brings the trophy in too.
I'd see another swig from the trophy.
Yeah. Careful with how much noise you're making while you do around with that and all that.
Man,
awesome.
Like handful of black-green combo deck until I'm not the Crusher tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. He absolutely crushed
baby.
it. Yeah.
Oh.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Little Ghost. We're really, really glad that you enjoyed it. We've had
you.
an absolute blast.
Very, very fun. Hopefully invited back to do more sometime.
Of course. You're welcome, Spezner. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, we're gonna get Michael in here. We're gonna chat, and then we'll kind of wrap up the day. Awesome. This is in the meantime. One last shout out to our podcast here, the Common Ground MTG Pauper podcast. We love making this podcast. We love putting out some content for y'all. We're putting out more content on YouTube soon, but you can listen to our podcast every Thursday on all of your podcast streaming apps.
And Pfohl's invited to record with us Tuesday.
Oh yes.
100%.
Yeah, we're definitely going to invite Michael to come and record with us.
There
this
he
week.
is, Pfohl.
And
our champion. How are you, buddy? Great. Are you on top of the world?
I'm on cloud 9, man.
Come sit down, buddy. Come sit down.
Come on, sit down.
How are you doing?
Our winner, Michael Pfohl, with the trophy.
Let's go.
Let's
Pfohl,
go.
I am not. I am not a little disappointed in you, buddy.
Thank you. Good. I blew game 2 pretty hard, and
you did not lose your pet Broodscale.
I did not. No.
I don't know if I'd go so far as to say you blew game 2. What do you mean by game 2?
So Jonathan.
Yeah, what do you mean by you blew it?
I should have just let him go off on trying to kill the Broodscale, and then not played my Broodscale that turn.
Sure,
and just
waited on it.
And then I play the Broodscale. He happened to draw the cast down. I have the Tamios.
Sure.
And I don't have to go for it that turn.
But
then I'd have one with a Glee on it. But it did. I mean,
for sure.
Game 3 was
at that point though. If you think about that turn, the following turn you would only have 2 green mana, so you don't have enough for Basking Broodscale, activate Basking Broodscale, and hold up Tameo safekeeping.
Yeah, and
so
I was constantly choked on that.
I think you played that very well, given what your mana restraints there, and what a heads up play from Jonathan in that game.
Oh, absolutely.
Sacking 5 artifacts.
When that happened, were you thinking, "There's no way I lose this game"?
I was thinking it's going to be very embarrassing when I lose. Because I knew that I was looking at my hand and it was just like Glee. And I was like, great.
Yeah, you were looking at a lot of Glees for a long time.
Yes, Glees, but I mean, I would like to shout out Eviscerator's Insight.
Oh my gosh.
Best card in my deck. Insane.
Besides Writhing Crystals, right?
I mean...
or is it up there?
It was up there for me. Being able to flash it back in the grindy matchups was like, this is what makes my deck grind harder than yours.
Yeah, and we saw that when you had infinite mana too. You're just pay a black, do it. It was funny. You had infinite mana and you tapped a swamp to cast
or a mountain for your Malevolent Rumble.
A mountain,
you still tap 2
forest.
lands.
And I'm like, if he hits a makeshift conditions, he's gonna be pissed.
I would be so mad. I don't know. But yeah, there's no better feeling than going, I'll put a Glee on my spawn token.
That was awesome.
I'm like,
yeah, that was sick.
Then the Writhing Chrysalis, it's like, it's an infinite. You need to have Karkclan Shaman Tox analysis, and we're looking. You don't see Jonathan's hand, but we're looking at neither of the team in his hand.
And then I duressed him. Yeah. I duressed him, and he was like, yeah, the out is Deadly Dispute. Draw Deadly Dispute into both of those exact things.
Yep.
And it didn't happen.
Well,
no.
Congrats, buddy.
Thank you.
How are you feeling? Any shout outs throughout the day? Any really awesome moments throughout the tournament?
I'd just like to shout out to my haters who said that Skred is a bad matchup. Because it didn't feel like that to me. And big shout out to my last round opponent, Jonathan. It was I played against him earlier, and
y'all drew. Right?
We drew, and they were insane games. It was my best games all day were definitely against him both times.
Nice.
But all my opponents were great. Everyone had a wonderful time. I mean, my team's awesome. Shout out Team Tilt.
Have you fell in love with this format a little bit?
Oh yeah, I absolutely love Pauper, and shout out to Game Night as well for helping put on this event. I'm very excited to continue coming down to events here, and hopefully snag that RCQ next Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to that. We'll be there.
Absolutely.
Y'all look in the game.
I
We're
will
just
be.
staying at RCQ and
Maybe I'll be playing Golgari combo. Who knows?
yeah. I hope to see you around at more Pauper events too now.
Yeah.
So now you found your footing in the format.
Absolutely.
And don't let them ban this deck. People are gonna complain and say it needs to be banned.
They're gonna be
but-
going, oh, look at what happened with Michael Pfohl. We gotta ban it.
Yeah, for real. Do you feel like interesting on your take there? Well, maybe we'll get into this. You're formally invited to. I don't know what your work schedule looks like Tuesday, but if you want to come over and record a pod
record the
with us.
podcast.
Oh.
Yeah, so definitely we could talk a lot more in detail
Yeah,
about there.
I'll have to talk and see what it
figure it
looks
out.
like, but that would be very fun.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I think that really does it from the commentating booth. Just some final shout outs.
Real quick before we go, we want to give one last shout out to Game Night. They have done an absolute bang up job, just like absolutely crushing this tournament. I think we got the slide pulled up here in a second, but we just want to make sure we give them a full thank you. Again, you can check them out, GameNightTN.com, down here in Columbia, Tennessee, for all your gaming needs and all your tournament needs. They run a great tournament.
Insane
and,
inventory.
Insane inventory.
Absolutely.
And yeah, you can absolutely expect the best and quality of service and product down here at Game Night.
Carson, it's all yours in chat there, buddy. And just big, again, shout out to community. We can't do this without y'all.
Yes.
Really great to see a good show out in chat and y'all interacting. It's been a blast running this thing and just a really fun day, and can't wait to grind some more Pauper tournaments here and hopefully bring y'all some more Pauper coverage, y'all.
Absolutely. We would love to do something like this again, and the only way we can do it is with a room full of great community members and, stores like Game Night willing to make it happen.
And
So,
shout out Kyle, shout out Thomas.
yes,
Y'all were
huge thank you to Kyle.
insane. Yeah, we
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Thanks, like just a monster running the stream all day.
I mean, the stream has looked incredible, and like,
You should
Thank
see
you.
the setup, like
Oh, yeah.
the stream deck and everything, switching to the overlays, crazy stuff.
I've been in Canva a lot this week, just getting all the
Making
designs
all
ready.
these designs you
Yeah.
see with our names and stuff. The 3 at the end, just y'all are nuts.
I mean, look at that little thing spinning.
Yeah, that was all
y'all.
Kyle. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, y'all are nuts. I don't think we have any last words to say. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, thank you all so much.
Tune in next Thursday.
Yeah, and congratulations
The
to our
Pfohl,
winner,
very much.
Michael Pfohl.
Let's go get some dinner.
Yeah, now let's eat some.
Woo!